Hey everyone, my name is Tony and welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out some Sketch Plus features that can seriously speed up your workflow in ways that SketchUp native tools ever can. Let's dive in. Now, if you ever find yourself wasting time trying to track down components for your SketchUp model, scrolling through menus, clicking around and hoping to find the right one, then you're going to love Component Finder because it will solve this problem for you. And honestly, it's one of the most useful tools in this extension. Now, the great thing when you open Component Finder, it gives you a list of every component in your model all in one place. And literally everything is right here that I have in my model, so I can just drag and drop straight into my scene. You can also quickly search for what you need, so it really helps if your components are named properly. And on top of that, the one thing that I really love is that you can browse your local folders without ever leaving SketchUp. So if you've built up your own library of assets, you can quickly access them right here. And it's simple, fast, and makes your workflow that much better. So now I can just drag and drop components into my scene, keep modeling without interruptions. This not only cuts time for looking for components, but gives you more time to design and focus on 3D modeling. Now, changing component axis might seem like a small thing, but it actually makes a huge difference. It controls how your component behaves, like where it rotates from, how it snaps into place, and how it even cuts into surfaces. Now, to change your component axis in SketchUp, you can right-click and change axis, or you can do it when you are creating a component. And then I will have to align each axis in the right direction. Sometimes you can get this right and you can get this wrong, which can be a little frustrating and take a bit of time. So with the Change Axis Plus tool, you can quickly move the axis to one of 27 presets while maintaining the original axis directions. So it solves two problems at once, so you don't have to struggle with awkward pivots. So just pick one of the presets and then center the object inside if you need to. Now, for some useful shortcuts, you can hit Ctrl to toggle between the bottom center axis, which is a very common one, and all the other positions, and hit Escape to select a new group or component. As you can see, this can be very useful if you need to match the same component axis position in multiple components in your scene. Now, amongst all the features, we also have Replace Component, which allows you to swap and replace selected groups or components. For example, I can select this sofa, activate Replace Component, and select a new component to swap those in place. And this is a very useful feature in this case, so you can see alternative furniture arrangement between the components you already have in your scene. And as always, make sure the component axis is similar for all of your components, so this can work at its best. Now, this next feature is not just underrated, it's a must if you're using SketchUp 2026, because at this point, you can no longer save down to any other versions of SketchUp. And that goes for either your SketchUp project file or components. So what batch save allows you to do is select a group of components, select individual or groups of components, and save them down to a specific version of SketchUp. And this goes down all the way to SketchUp 3. And this is extremely important if you want your SketchUp models to go from SketchUp 2026 to earlier versions of SketchUp. So this alone is a win. Now, amongst many other features, we also have Mirror, which allows you to mirror components, and a couple of other features like Smart Array, Sprinkle on Surface, and Random Rotate, Scale, and Position. If you want to see all of these features in action, make sure to watch this video on the channel, and I'll have a link somewhere in the corner of the screen or in the description. Now, the next feature is Deep Stretch. This allows you to stretch any component that is inside a nested group, but I want to highlight something that I read in the comments before. Now let's suppose I want to stretch and expand this carpet. What you want to avoid is making your selection outside of the group, because deep stretch will select anything and everything that's in its path of selection. So if you make the mistake of selecting everything outside of the group, you will end up with a selection like this, which is exactly what you want to avoid. And if you try to move this, you can imagine how chaotic this can be for your model. So the right way to use deep stretch is to actually go inside of the group, where you can select it by itself. And from here, you can now select deep stretch, and using hide rest, you can start to stretch it exactly where you want it. And that is perfect. So this is a very useful tool to help speed up your workflow in SketchUp. In the case of this table, we have two groups over here. So instead of going into the group and expanding it this way, I can select deep stretch, highlight those two edges, and I can expand this however I see fit. In fact, I can select both and even drop that height by 4 inches, and I can have something like this. Right next to it, we have drop plus, which allows me to select all of these objects and drop them to the surface below. So if I got my object selected, I'll activate drop plus, and when I click on my selection, it'll drop them on top of this table right there. So that's a very quick way to get that done. Now, right next to it, we have Align, which is a very interesting tool that allows you to align selected objects with each other. And how this works is actually pretty interesting. For example, I want one object on each end of this table. If I was to do this manually, I will have to use the move tool, and then I will have to move this along. And of course, you can always snap to a reference, which is not too bad. But with Align, you can do this pretty fast. So suppose I wanted to align both of these objects, I can select them both, activate Align, and use these reference points on each axis to bring one of the components to align with the other. So let's move those books to the right on the red axis. Let's move this up. So it's a very intuitive tool. And then you can just move this to the center. That looks about right. Now, nudge also allows you to move selected object at discrete intervals using the arrow key. So for example, I can select nudge and set the interval of 2 inches. And now I can use the arrow keys to move this object at those intervals. Once again, whatever this comes in handy, you can use it for that. But it's one of those features that you never know you need it until you do. And lastly, let's talk about materials and how quickly you can create different material options with Sketch Plus material tools. Ideally, if you wanted to change the materials for any of these objects, you would have to go inside the group, sample the material you want, and then apply texture. And while this is fast, there's actually a faster way. So if I undo, and let's say I wanted to change that carpet, I can select Deep Paint Face, which applies material directly to the face in nested objects. I'm going to sample my new carpet material, going to my carpet object, and apply that texture to change that material. As you can see, it only applied to one face, but I can hold Shift and apply to the entire object. Similarly, if I want to change my floor, I will do the same thing, sample the new floor material and apply to my floor surface, and I can replace that pretty easy. And for my last example, let's replace the material on our sofa. Let's sample the new material, and this time I'm going to hold Shift to paint all matching material. So as I click on each object or component, it's going to affect all similar in my model. And in addition to that, you have some complementary tools. For example, we have Unpaint All, which removes all materials from all selected entities. So I can select this carpet and this table, which has 2 groups and 2 materials. Select Unpaint All, click on my selection, and we'll remove all the materials from those objects. And to confirm, we can sample that, and you can see it went back to the SketchUp default material. And the other two tools do the same thing, removing materials from selected object, with the exception of one being only for faces and edges within selected entities, and the other being for groups and components. So as you can see, Sketch Plus has a number of features that can help you design and model faster and ultimately speed up your workflow in ways that SketchUp native tools never can. And as always, the link for Sketch Plus will be in the description. And that's gonna be all for this one. Please keep in mind that Sketch Plus has over 35 tools that can help you do so much more inside of SketchUp, so be sure to check the link in the description for more information. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.